Where the fuck is McClay?
Shannon Dia, Dia, sorry.
Dia, you're fine.
Take one.
Do you want to do it, McClay? The new comfy chairs? Play it?
All right, the Bogcast, episode 33, Shannon Dia.
Sweet, awesome. And then it's kind of a thing we do. I don't know if you mind doing it to that.
Not a problem.
How does it look on there, Rizzy? Does it look good?
Yeah.
That line up?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Bogcast, episode 33. Take one.
Oh shit, hang on, I'm gonna find my head.
Who am I handing this
Oh
up
yeah,
to?
you could just set it right there.
Cool.
Thank you, sorry.
Yeah.
About that. Hang on before you say action. No, wait. I'm stressing.
Breathe.
That's like, you know, when you're in line and you check out and you're trying to put your stuff in your wallet really quick and they're already checking out the next guy. You're like, fuck.
Do your tiger's breath.
Yeah. See, I just forgot something.
What?
I forgot my Gatorade.
Dun, dun, dun.
So he's a gopher now too?
For shame.
Yeah, he's that's
What the fuck is
Jamie,
my
dude.
head? Yeah, Jamie does that.
Yeah.
Bring me a whiskey.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry I couldn't. I had the dog.
No worries.
Hang on a second. I need to find my ad. This is embarrassing.
Oh, you're all good.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Sweet.
Cool.
Action.
Awesome. This is the Bogcast episode 34. We are officially sponsored by Bang Salon. Come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and styling, all under one roof at Bang Salon. Find and message Bang Salon on Instagram at Bang Salon at BANGDSALON. Use promo code
The Bogcast.
for just Bogcast.
Bogcast.
Should we add the?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, do
Okay,
that again.
okay.
Edit this.
Use promo code.
Take two. Bogcast.
Hang on, take 3. Use promo code
Bogcast.
for 20% off your first visit. So,
Epic fail.
so come on down. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, I'll fucking kill you. Cool. Awesome. Anyway.
Also, a big shout
Oh, yeah.
out to the AZHD80 podcast. Mike Martin of Strong Heart Academy has started a new podcast, AZHD80.
Yeah. You can find them on YouTube. Make sure you give them a subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah.
And also shout out to McClay for this badass new setup. We got these nice new comfy chairs. You can bring them out like this.
These are pretty
You can do that
sweet.
actually if you want. So.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
totally welcome.
I was dying
Don
to
Riz
do
is
it.
like,
You
God damn
knew
it, I
was
gotta change the
dying.
camera.
My legs are a little bit short to reach the floor.
He's looking for his buttons. Yours don't have any, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, soon.
You
We
know-
need to get you guys like the massage chairs.
Oh, yeah. I'll be back for that one. Just let me know.
That's next step. Anyway, yeah, we're excited to have our guest today. Her name's Shannon Dia.
Mm-hmm.
She's and if I get this wrong, just please step in. She's a photographer here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
She's a cinematographer,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say she's very well immersed just in the film community,
Yeah.
with the artist box, just with many different projects, wearing many different hats. Your IMDb is really extensive and has. I mean, you seem like you do all kinds of different things on set.
I do.
What is your favorite thing to do actually when you're on a set?
I really like just doing the BTS. I mean, I love the cinematography. I've just barely got into that, and it's been a lot of fun.
So like shooting. So explain to these guys, like, do you know what BTS is?
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Okay.
Behind the scenes
Yeah.
work. We're the ones that go in. We're the ninjas on the set, where we just get everything either you want or maybe you don't so much want
Yeah.
out there.
So is this the type of stuff that like you put on social media, or
Yes.
then like DVDs, like behind the scenes parts, and more?
Yeah.
Or is it mostly for social media?
It's a mixture of both. It just depends on what the directors and producers want for that particular film, whether it's a short or what. They might have you come in for doing posters ahead of time. They might take some of the stills if they like them and put them on a poster. That's really up to that particular.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Is it mostly pictures? Is there videos too, or?
Again, it depends what they want. I mean, you can do behind-the-scenes videos. I've done that before for My Secret War. Alan Valder, a producer on that one.
Yeah.
So he had me do a lot of that.
Alan was a guest on here. You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
So she's in that same world with Alan. I don't know if you know that.
My Secret War, was that the one about the refugee, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the refugees. And it was based off a true story.
Yes.
So that made it even more fascinating.
Bosnia, I think, right? Was it Bosnia?
I'm going to mutilate this. I apologize, Kevin and Ellen. It's based off the war in Kosovo.
Jamie?
Saying that right?
Okay,
Yeah,
Kosovo,
yeah. Back in the 90s, I believe, because the person it's based off is her story. Rina Hajara, her family actually went through this experience. A lot of it's fictional, but it's loosely based off of her life and what her family went through.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to have everything just be exact, right? Everyone has a little bit of movie magic in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And part of her family was actually part of her extras when we were in the train scene. Keith, I know you were on there, and that was super fun having you there. Yeah.
So did you get to talk to them much when you were on set around them? Did you ask them anything about, what they went through?
I try not to disturb the actors when they're working.
Oh, yeah.
Because unless I get permission to do that, and normally we'll take a break or whatever during the certain times, like at lunch or dinner or whenever we have that. Kevin has, the times I work with him and when I've worked with other directors, I try to be very respectful of the actor's space, because they're trying to do their job, and me interrupting their job is...
Yeah, just like a fly on the wall.
You don't want to be,
right.
You don't want to be taking pictures all up in their face.
Yeah.
No, but I might sneak in and say, okay, get a shot, and then I'll get in there and I'll run away.
Yeah.
In the corner.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it must be kind of hard taking behind the scenes footage sometimes, because you just got to find your
areas, your spot.
Yeah, no, I've been doing it for so long. I find my way to where I'm in there. That's why they like me there. I'm just like this little person that's in there, and I can sneak in and out and be where I need to be, or I just ask.
What are you usually filming with, like camera or?
It's either with my Canon 7D or with my GH4 that I have. I use a lot of the cinematic lenses, because I find that the prime lenses work really well for what's needed on set and gives it that extra little punch that's needed for the photos. But, I love doing either one. I've done documentaries before. The filming for Dark Descent has been really a lot of fun and been a huge experience. And my co-pilot, I like to call her Tracy Locke. She's doing the filming as well on second camera. Kudos to Tracy.
Yeah, so you guys run 2 cams, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're doing camera on one, and then Tracy's doing the other. That's cool.
Yeah, she's my second camera lady. She's my second
unit.
unit.
And then Kevin's directing?
Yes, so that way we can multitask. One of us, if we need to, for in a situation where one of us needs to be outside and one needs to be shooting, on the inside, we have that there. So it's as you know, it's a little bit challenging doing it on an indie budget.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, so we're bringing in people that not only have the talent, but are willing to spend time with us, because what we're producing is actually really, really amazing for having no budget.
Yeah.
All of this is coming out of our pockets.
Yeah.
So explain about Dark Descent. You said this is for Dark Descent, right?
It's a horror series loosely based off of, it's kind of more like a nod to like Tales of the Dark Side.
Very cool.
Yeah, and Goosebumps, that type of thing.
Oh, wow.
And as we progress through it, every single story has like a moral to it. Like the first one is complicated, has be careful what you wish for type of theme at the end of it. But as we're progressing, we're getting a little bit more gory as we go along.
That's very cool.
So it's a show, right? Or is it a film? Or
it's a series that we're working on. Yeah. We're going to be going into, as soon as they finish, they're trying to wrap up on the script for episode 3. So that way we can start filming at the end of, I think they're shooting for September. Because what we've been doing all year is that, we'll get the script. We'll take a month to prepare. Next month we're shooting. And then we'll take that next month to prepare, and then we're going on to the next one. So we're
just in blocks.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they can only work on the weekends, so we're trying to not, get the people we need, but not stress them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And what
gotta
we're
be
doing.
Interesting you say that because I'm in a project that we're doing same thing. Some really small budget, and the director just decided to do it in blocks. So that's cool that you said that.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen it like that before, so it was interesting if it would work out. But it seems like the smartest way to do it for sure.
Yeah, you normally find that people have more free time on the weekends.
Yeah.
It's harder because, we're trying to multitask. We're still trying to do our day job thing and get by until we can get more successful in film. And it's hard.
I don't think about that.
Yeah.
That's a great point. There's a lot of people out there that are doing these films, especially some of these films that just catch fire. These shows that catch fire.
Right.
There's so many people that are doing them on an indie budget with, like you
Day
said,
jobs,
with day jobs.
Yeah.
And you're doing weekend work, and just
Right.
imagine what you could do if you were spending all of that time
Yeah.
on your project.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
kidding.
And it's a passion project for all of us. I mean, we're all throwing our money into there,
Yes. Yeah.
And we're all multitasking. I was helping with wardrobe, and it's complicated, and got the things that we needed for our female lead, Christine Sabah.
Mm-hmm.
Because we ended up being about the same size. So I would go in the store and try on the dresses
Yeah.
because she's like clear across town, so she doesn't have to come in until wardrobe fitting. So that worked out well.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
You have to. And we have a talented crew, Kirk Levengar and Craig
Craig's
Shinnery.
badass.
They're doing our art, and Craig has been doing, he's a huge Star Wars fan, so he does his cosplays from scratch.
Oh, that's cool.
He's in. We haven't solidified the dates on this. We're doing an apocalyptic movie that we'd like to get into effect. So if there's any investors out there, and if you like a really cool apocalyptic samurai type movie, then come see us.
He has a script for that already, or?
Yeah, that's already been for months.
That's cool.
Yeah, we just have that on hold until we can get this done, and then we're going to try to move on to that one as soon as we can get investors involved, and that would be awesome.
So when you're creating, you're always trying to have a project kind of in the forefront,
wings.
on the wings, ready to go. That's cool. We were talking about that with Joseph last podcast. Whether you take a break but artists never. You just kind of always have to. You
have to keep going, and it's discouraging. It can be discouraging. You have people don't agree with what you're doing, or maybe it's not the right time to do it.
Yeah.
Not a political person, but all the things that have happened in the recent shootings. Is that appropriate to have guns involved?
Oh, yeah.
Great
in
point.
Productions? Or, what's
so
the
many
right
factors.
choice? Do you take that risk that somebody's going to say something, or do you take the risk that, okay, people are going to take it for the grain of salt it is because of what the content is? When's the appropriate time to release this stuff?
You know what I think, and this is mainly because I don't have any money in the ball game, right? If I had money in the ball game, I'd probably think differently.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't have any money in the ball game, I say no. This is like art. It is art. Yeah, you don't set yourself boundaries for something that you want to create. I mean, you know what I mean? Based on other people's thoughts. You set your boundaries for yourself, but based on other people's thoughts, you don't do. I don't know. Maybe I'm different than some of that stuff.
Oh, you're right.
The only thing that'll set your boundaries is your budget.
Yeah.
If you don't have the budget for the special effects, then you find somebody that's willing to give their time to do that.
Yes.
So do you wait? That's what I was going to ask you. So if you don't find the budget, do you just kind of make it work in a way? Maybe, because you know how you can kind of write a script that you could afford, to shoot. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. Or some people write these extravagant scripts in outer space, and they don't have the money, and they still shoot it, and it looks like dog shit.
Well, because of the content that it is, the horror genre, and Kevin's been in that since he did the Friday the 13th Memoriam documentary. That there's a lot of practicals involved, and a lot of horror fans like that. So that's what we're sticking with. That's what we're going with. And we have people that do have the talent in order for us to pull this off.
Yeah.
So it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I was going to say, I forgot that, I want you to talk about Friday the 13th and tell these guys, just so you know, I never tell these guys who the guests are, you know what I mean? So they don't have questions ready and stuff. So, and they're not really as immersed in the world as I am. So they come up more natural questions because I have all these prepped ones and stuff. But anyway,
you're an actor. It happens.
think, Kevin actually No, I think you met Kevin once at like a comic
had
book
to
thing
have.
or
I
something.
had to have,
because
yeah.
I remember talking to him when I was at the Artist Box for a
Mhm.
short period of time. But yeah, so she's part of Kevin's team, and Kevin's, should I say, girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I manage the studio.
Probably
you know.
the cutest couple in the film community, if I should say.
Go on. Go on.
No, seriously, you guys are adorable.
We do
me
our
and my
best.
girlfriend both adore you guys a lot. So
Aw.
appreciate everyone appreciates you. You guys don't know what these guys have done, just for the film community in general.
Well, just from the people that we've had on the show, a lot of people talk about you guys
yeah.
and your studio. So
Yeah, I mean, that's why I refer to it as a house of hugs.
yes,
Like, if you know Kevin, he loves giving hugs.
Yeah.
We want to make it a safe place for actors to be able to practice their craft. I mean, everything that goes on, he has a strict policy of anything that you're doing in class, you don't discuss beyond the circles.
I love that.
that's
because,
important.
Yeah,
of-
that's huge.
right? Because the content might be very personal.
Yeah, you're putting yourself out there.
For sure.
You're
yeah.
putting yourself out there, but you're also putting yourself out there to a group of fellow actors that won't criticize you. They are there to learn and learn for themselves. They're not there to critique your work. The only person who should be critiquing your work is Kevin and Kirk Levengar, who is also a teacher
Mhm.
at our studio. And these guys are great, and they will guide you through it. If you really want it, they will get it for you. I mean, we've had students that have been on Discovery Channel. We had a student that had a feature piece with Joaquin Phoenix, and I'm forgetting.
Oh yeah, Jedediah.
Jedediah.
I actually Jedediah. Once
Yeah.
you're on the show, man, I asked him a couple of times. So
Yeah,
but
and
he's a bad mofo.
yeah, and he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah. We talked about him before. He was in Don't Get Far on Foot or whatever
Yeah.
the movie is
Yeah.
by Gus Van Sant.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that is so cool that he has those lines in that movie and got to
What's
share a scene.
you were talking about the Friday the 13th. What is the
Oh, yeah.
Friday the 13th thing that you're talking about here?
It's Friday the 13th Memoriam documentary. It's been out for like, Lord, I don't know, about 2 years now. We have like 95K people that have viewed it. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
That's badass.
Yeah, and we've met a lot of like the old horror icons, like Caroline Williams came to interview with us, Dick Wyan.
And you shot all those, right? The interviews for that, or
I shot the majority of them. I wasn't there for the one with Tracy.
Mhm.
I was unfortunately not able to go that weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the majority of it, yes,
That's
I was
cool.
there, as, second camera to Kevin. And so they were doing the interviews that way. And these people are amazing. They're very nice, talented people. Eileen Dietz. I mean, Eileen Dietz is like a freaking hustler.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's-
amazing.
This is it's not totally off topic, but I was talking to somebody at work and we were talking about Lake Pleasant. And I don't know, you probably already know this, but I don't know if you know this or the guys know this. Up until about 2 years ago, there was an art installation in Lake Pleasant, and it was, if you went under the water, it was Jason Voorhees.
I saw Jason.
Yeah.
Voorhees, I've seen that.
Yeah,
He
where
was underwater.
yeah, the part where he's trying to get out and the chains around his neck and his mask is half off.
Yeah.
And
Wait, what were you saying before that? There was an art. What?
there's an art that it was
It's
an art.
piece that's actually in the lake
Oh, I see what
itself.
you're saying.
It was an
yeah,
art
I thought someone
installation,
just,
yeah.
someone just
Somebody,
threw it in there.
somebody sunk a statue
Yes.
Yeah. Someone just threw it in there. Yeah.
of him in there, which is pretty cool.
And I
that
think
they
he
did
made
that.
it that he kind of floats a little bit, right? Or is it just totally?
I don't remember because I've only seen pictures of
Yeah,
it. and
I've only seen pictures of it. And it looks like he's like, remember that part? I forget which one it was. My brother probably knows, where they send him back to the lake and they have the chain around him that's holding him down, and he's just to the top, like he's barely to the top
Yeah.
of the water.
Yeah.
And that's how they have it, I think.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
kind of floats a little bit. So there's like probably some air, ping pong balls in him or something that makes him
probably.
float.
Is it still there?
No, they made him take it out.
Oh, that's
The city made him take it out, or the wreck.
man.
But everybody loved it.
Yeah.
They have to put it back.
I know. They do stuff like that all over the world. Like there's other underwater art installations. There's one where it's like all these crazy looking statues underwater, and they're like doing like normal like stuff that we do daily in the real world. And it's like just in the middle of the
yeah, I've seen
ocean
that.
somewhere. Plus there's that very famous one that was in the God Lives Underwater album cover of the Jesus underwater. Remember that?
I know a God lives underwater. I just can't remember.
Yeah. So anyways, way off topic.
No, that's cool. We're talking about art.
I love stuff like that. I mean, everybody loves, when Banksy showed up. Everybody
Oh
went,
my
that
gosh.
was so genius. And, there's people that have kind of played off that, but it's very rare to have somebody something so original that it really just grabs you, and you have to find out more.
I was so bummed they finally painted over that Banksy's was behind that Circle K off of Mill Avenue.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I didn't even know there was a Banksy here.
Yes, there
What?
is. There's at least, I think, two Banksys out here.
That's interesting, Jamie.
Jamie,
Let us know.
Can you look that up? I had no idea.
Yeah, there
That's
was one
badass.
in Tempe, and it was behind the Circle K. I don't remember what it was on. I don't know if it's a dumpster itself. It's probably not there anymore. I think they painted over it.
Well, we know a really good cameraman that's going around the valley right now and taking pictures of the local graffiti scene and the murals on the wall. And you guys should check him out. His name's Don Rizze.
What's up, Don Rizze?
I'll have to check that out. He seems like a cool guy.
Instagram at Ryan Charlie, right?
RJ Charlie 1.
RJ Charlie 1, guys.
RJ Charlie 1.
All right, we'll be checking that out then.
Yeah.
Cool.
It says the Banksy at Lost Leaf in downtown Phoenix is a hoax.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, that's
Major
heartbreaking.
sad face.
Yeah, that is terrible. That sucks. I was so stoked.
Yeah, well, on the positive side, it's actually a compliment for
Yes, you're darn right. Yeah.
Banksy.
Because I was like, why the fuck would Banksy come to Phoenix?
He came years ago.
He did something for like protesting the border stuff.
Yeah, because
How'd you know it was him?
Because I know what he looks like. He's my cousin.
He usually autographs his art. And
Yeah.
it's like his signature.
same
I'm
way.
trying to remember what it was. I think it was like the shadow of a small child walking. I think that was the one that was in Tempe.
I think he did stuff on the actual border wall. He went down to the border wall and did a bunch of stuff. Like he did that in Israel.
That's a badass one.
He did a lot of stuff down there.
Beautiful. I mean,
The best thing he ever did was when he cut up his own shit when it got auctioned off.
my favorite one.
That's the baddest thing ever.
My favorite one, and I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's something where it's like these rats, and the rats are talking about when they're gonna take over, They're like having like a meeting. Jamie, can you look that up
No, I'm
for
talking
me?
about, you know what I'm talking about at the auction when the painting got cut into pieces?
Yeah, that was
I think
amazing.
That's the baddest thing ever.
Yeah, and then he took it and put that as a new installation.
Yeah.
That was genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the baddest thing because it was like happened out of nowhere. It was on a timer.
And everyone was all like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then freaking
That was
out.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But I enjoy a lot of the stuff that we have done in Roosevelt, all the murals that
Oh
are
my
going
God,
to
it's
there.
amazing.
It's
The
so
David Bowie one's
nice.
badass. The Prince one's badass.
Yeah.
Phoenix is really, there's something special happening right now. I think everybody kind of feels it.
I hope it continues. I really do. Because I know there was a lot of protesting a couple years ago when they were talking about putting in like a retirement community in Roosevelt. And they just,
Yeah, what
they
a
petitioned.
nightmare.
I don't know if it would be necessarily a nightmare, but
Well,
it
they
would
wouldn't go there. They wouldn't live there.
It would be definitely a change of the genre down there
Yeah.
for sure. And now they're putting up all the fancy townhouses and stuff, and it's very beau chic, I guess you could say.
Every little corner that's open, there's a new
There's a new
apartment
thing
going
down
up,
there,
and they're
yeah.
expensive as fuck.
I really hope that little area where Bud's glass joint is and that little area stays. You know what I mean?
No, that's
Oh, that
they're
whole
like
line.
the last place on that street, though,
Yes.
sadly.
That's what I mean. Once that place, one of those two little areas, that little area right there is gone.
Because I used to live walking distance from there. I used to walk down that street almost every day.
Yeah, because
It's
I always,
crazy. Fifth Avenue.
I always
Is it
like going
Sixth Avenue?
down. Yeah, is it Fifth Avenue or is that like Third?
Second. I thought it was second.
It was
Roosevelt.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
the
out
whole.
to Bud's glass joint.
Yeah, it's on that one street where like everybody does their art out on
Yes.
the lawns and stuff, and the
Yes.
coffee houses
Yeah,
down
for
there.
First
Yeah.
Friday and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix is killing it. We just, like you said, we got to continue.
We got to keep it. You know, there's just so many people don't even really understand the value of art. I mean, it's very sad. I mean, you can't go anywhere or do anything. You know, it's everywhere, and the graphics.
Art's,
Yeah.
very important.
You know, why do you want to do the everyday?
Yes.
You know, expand your brain.
Yeah, get excited, get out there, instead of just sitting on your house, go out there and enjoy stuff with other people. It's so sad that, we really moved away from staying away from other people, and we really need that interaction.
Oh, yeah.
We need human interaction, not over the internet, not reading text from somebody. You need human interaction around people, laughing, joking, hugging, whatever, crying. We need that, and we were so far away from that. We need to get back out and
We do.
It's
do
only
the
gonna
cool
get worse,
stuff.
though.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
going
don't
the other
know.
direction, I think.
I don't know. There's something about this young generation that I think there's some things every generation has.
This
their
next
issues.
generation's
Has
necks are
something.
falling off their head because they're looking at their phones.
Yeah,
they're turning
they're-
into aliens.
Yeah, they're getting the devil
If
spurs.
you look at any high school kid and under, their head's off their fucking head.
I just feel sad for them if that's all they're going to do is communicate. They're going to be excellent writers. So
Well,
look on the positive side about it.
Here's one thing about them that I do respect, and
Yeah.
it's the fact that they really believe in. So, for example, they go to school, or if they decide to go to school, a lot of them are saying, you don't need to go to college. You don't need to be in debt. And then when they go to their workplace or they find a job, they would rather take less money and go have more time off to go do stuff, because they're realizing that you need to do this stuff now when you're young. Back in the 1800s and 1700s, they used to do that grand tour in Europe where all the kids and the young teenagers, when they'd hit like 20, 21, they'd go on a tour of Europe that would last like 2 years.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then that's when you should be experiencing things and gaining experience of being around people.
Yeah, now like my well, I don't want to say who it is, but I know someone's little brother who's like 21, who's never drove, doesn't even know how to drive, doesn't leave the house. Like, he's addicted to video games. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably never been laid. Not that matters, but like, I'm just saying, like, he just has no social interaction.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, every time he leaves the house, he gets so much anxiety he has to shit, like, just from leaving the house constantly. And that's a lot. That's like millions of kids like that. You know what I mean?
He's stressing out so much. It's making him shit. Think about that.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, hey, I know that feeling.
I feel like we're going back to the colonics episode.
I know, right?
Shit.
I was just about to say.
You watched that?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I did.
You Googled colonics and then that popped up.
No, I've had a lot of friends that have done colonics before. And
Do you have a colonic story?
No, I do not.
But wouldn't you, if you were in that situation where you were talking with your friend, wouldn't you want to ask questions about it? Like, what?
In the 30 plus guests, in any subject that's come up, I've never seen him more excited about any subject than when colonic. You got more bigger in your chair. You're louder. Like, you were interrupting me. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
I wanted to know. That was stuff I wanted to know. Like, if you're gonna go do that, if you're gonna go be super healthy. Like, I want to know if it's going to be super uncomfortable. I don't want to do it. You're going to scar me for life.
They put a fucking hose up your ass. How do you not think that's uncomfortable, dude?
It's going to be if you're a first timer. I'll leave it off at that. I'll try to be PG because I don't know who's going to be watching this in my family.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. This is explicit. Should I put beeps on it?
No.
All right. If you're new to butt plugs, then you probably don't want to do that. It's going to hurt, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll be doing the golf clap for you, like, in the distance.
Yeah. And build it up. Clap. Build it up.
We'll have the palms ready for you.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's not when I go do it. It's Oompa's already done it.
That's good for him.
No, that's what I mean. Like, he went in there and did it, so it can't be that bad.
You're never going to do it.
No, I'm not. You're right.
Yeah, you'll never do that.
I'm not.
Oh, I did want to ask you guys on your, I think it was the last episode, how was the haunted house video? Did you guys do that?
Yeah, we did. Okay. Let me start it off by saying this. Big shout out to Josh and Sarah. They're amazing, and I think that we just didn't have a very active time there.
Gotcha.
And I think that Josh and Sarah have caught some stuff that is kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. That flashlight video was really nuts. And supposedly there's been some people that have had some really crazy experiences at this house. But here's the thing. There's sometimes you deal with people that show up with those things that are just like so cheesy. Is the word? Goofy. You know, like when somebody like, oh, I just felt a shift.
I felt a phenomenon.
Yeah,
I felt
I was like,
did you feel that? I just felt a shift, and it's like, what does a fucking shift feel like? You know,
it's like when you get a wedgie and it goes left.
I said, are you sure it's not the weed?
Yeah.
She was like,
I was gonna stay away from that.
Yeah.
She's like, I haven't smoked yet.
Yeah. And I was about to say that's your first mistake, right?
Yeah. More power to you guys. Not my thing.
Yeah.
I did.
No, that's totally.
I did everything I could to try to see a spirit or whatever. I did everything they told me. I went into the bathroom by myself, played Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I said Candyman 10 times.
Maybe you need to go down to Flagstaff. I don't remember the hotel, but I remember that Kevin and I went on. I think it was. on my birthday like a couple years ago. It was the most fun trip we ever had. We just, we went into like a Motel 6 and we just worked away from Flagstaff down into Sedona and Prescott. We had the best time.
Yeah, I love those trips.
Oh, yeah.
Hotel Monte Vista?
Maybe. I don't remember. I'm brain farting.
I've gone there and brought recording stuff.
Because we went up and we started going this hallway and I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I looked at Kevin. I'm like, I don't know why I'm freaking out right now, but I cannot go down that hallway right now. Because we like exploring places. You know how we do.
Mm-hmm.
We're always posting crap. And I just looked at him. I said, I can't. I just can't go down that hallway. I don't know why. I can't. We need to turn around and we need to just go downstairs. Let's go have a drink or something. And we actually stopped by one of the hotel helpers there. And we're like, every place has a history. We found out that the room or the door that I couldn't go near was like probably not even like 10 feet away of where we were standing. Apparently like back in the 1800s, there was like a coal miner or something that murdered prostitutes in that room.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah. And it was like...
This was in Flagstaff? Or?
It was in Flagstaff, yeah.
I think that sounds like the hotel.
That's probably in the Monte V, yeah.
Is that the craziest experience you've had?
I don't know if I was dreaming or if this would really clarify for this. I mean, I've had strange things like happen to me in a friend of mine's house. It was in Gilbert, where I don't know if I was dreaming or not, where I felt like something like grabbed me in my sleep and dragged me down somewhere. Instead of freaking out, I got mad and I yelled at it. And then I got popped out, and I swear to God, I saw a figure at the end of the bed.
Jesus.
That was that, and it just dispersed. But I felt
Isn't that the syndrome thing you're talking about?
Well, one of the things that the owners of this house have felt and went through was that sleep paralysis type stuff.
Yeah.
And they explained something kind of like you were talking about, where the guy's girlfriend said she got choked and she could not move. And it was for like 5 minutes.
No, she said an hour.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of weird.
And that's why I was like, I don't know, because if you were doing that for an hour, that's a long time of not being able to move.
I went out and talked with her on the she went out to the patio because you could tell the night before, I guess they had an event, they had another tour, and that tour went really off the rails, and like that's what they said. And that somebody had to leave.
You want to know something else? I watched the video after the one we did live, and they said the same thing about ours. That a bunch of crazy shit happened.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, we'll get into that in a second.
Well, I saw the cup thing. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We don't know the squirt.
Yeah, when it like tilted in his hand.
That we don't know that.
Yeah, that
I think that's
crazy.
His jerk off hand was twitching. That's what I don't know.
TMI.
I'm a righty, man.
Love you, man. Righty, don't know you. TMI.
The other thing. Yeah. The other thing, so big shout out to them and the house and everything. So I'm not saying the house. It's in one of the coolest parts of the valley I've ever been in. Have you ever been out that way out by where the Hohokam ruins are? Out way in far northwest
Scottsdale,
northeast Scottsdale,
like 101.
Yeah.
Not even Scottsdale.
No.
Dynamite and like
like
136th Street and Dynamite or something like that.
No, I haven't been out there. I've been to Flat Rock, where they used to have like an old house out there that was like maybe about 2 miles in, and there in Sedona, and that was pretty cool. But I didn't get any vibes from that.
You see this video? Keith took some video on the way out there, and it's crazy. It is beautiful. It is one of the most beautiful places I've been in Arizona.
Yeah.
Bufo, Alvarius Central.
Yes, it is Bufo Central. They've got to be everywhere out there during the monsoon.
Yeah, that's probably why they were out there.
Yeah.
The Hohokam.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were thinking. That's why the Hohokam were out there, because that was probably like a very major medicinal grounds for them, like a holy site. But they said that there was never any Native American energy, like any of the empaths never got Native American energy, or they never got Native American, language or anything on the EVPs. We didn't get nothing. I mean, me and Keith both sat in these rooms by ourselves. We'd close the door. They said the bathroom was like really bad. There was lots of bad, crazy stuff that happened in the bathroom.
But the thing is, we went from 7 to 10 p.m. It's such a short time. You can't expect anything to happen within
yes.
3
Right.
hours. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I understand that factor. There's a lot of factors that, you know,
Yes.
of things not happening. So
Yeah.
I don't blame anybody for nothing happening.
Yeah.
I just personally, I want something to happen so bad. I want to fucking see a ghost right there, and I want to scream and just fucking
Yeah.
But you know what? When I'm fucking seeing fucking orbs on pictures and
That's
machines
dust.
going off and all this
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, something's in
Yeah.
here. Like I have to see this shit.
Yeah, they got that
Nothing
Xbox
scares me.
Connect stuff.
Then you guys need to go down to the Grand Hotel.
Yes.
Yes,
And
down
is
in
that Jerome? Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I want to do that very badly.
The first year we went to the Jerome Film Festival, Ruben Angelo had thrown a really spectacular party that year. It was amazing. And we all went back to the hotel. I crashed early. The guys were still out. And I guess the girl right next door, they didn't know her. And it was probably like 2:30 or 3 in the morning from what they were telling me. And she's like, oh my God, you guys have to listen to this. You have to listen to this. And you can hear her, and she's like, hello? Hello, is anybody in here? And you can hear this voice going, hello.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you.
It says here that I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No,
It
you're
says
good.
9,000 people died in the Jerome Grand Hotel during its previous life as United Verdi Hospital. 9,000.
Well, it's not just
Yeah.
that. Jerome also, correct me if I'm wrong, McClay, was built in the mines, and a lot of the mines
It's an
caved
old mining
in, and people
town.
like died within the mines,
Yeah.
and they reused the
Area to build houses
yeah,
on
shit.
and
So
stuff.
Yeah.
supposedly it's like the whole area is super haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool place to go for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I highly recommend. Shout out to Mile High Hotel. It's a really cool little place to stay. The breakfasts are amazing. It's a cool little place
It's
to
like
go.
a 2-hour trip at most.
Are you going
right?
to this
Yeah.
one coming up?
I don't know yet because we have so much filming going on. I'm afraid we probably aren't going to make it this year,
Yeah.
depending when they pop out the script. Because we're just going. We're going. We need the deadline for us trying to get the series of 4 out, because they've done it from 6. I believe that we're only going to be like cutting it down to 4. Is before the year is out, because we also have to put time into sound
Yes.
and stuff. So they're putting the pieces together as far as editing right now already. It's like we finish an episode and we're already sticking it together, and then we're going on to the next one.
How many total are there?
There's going to be 4 in this series, so it's going to be like the 3 first, and then the final wraparound with Dr. Seville.
Do they all? So they all come out at the same time, or are you gonna put them out separately?
It's
Like,
going to be a series.
a series, like
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a series like, American
Netflix.
Horror
Yeah,
Stories. Yeah. Well, that's one of our goals. I mean,
Yeah.
and we have to like really consider where is this going to sell for distribution and stuff like that, because if I remember correctly, it was either parts of China. They don't go for the ghosts. So, it just depends on where we want to try to sell
Yes.
this.
What were you saying about China, about ghosts?
It's very taboo, I think. I'd have to double check this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Jamie,
Jamie?
could you look it up?
Yeah, they don't like
Ghosts
they
in
don't
China?
like yeah. Ghosts, and as far as distribution, like certain areas don't like certain things, and
Yeah.
if you expect to sell,
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
I know this is going to sound
China's a
really
huge
crazy.
market.
World of
China's a
Warcraft
huge market.
would not. They were going to make a panda character in World of Warcraft.
I thought they did.
Well, they
They did.
eventually did, but it took like 10 years or
For
5
them
or
to
6
do it.
years because
Yeah.
China, one of their biggest markets is China, and China said they would not allow them to sell the game
Because of the
if they-
Warcraft and stuff?
Yeah,
or-
because they
Pandas are very sacred.
they're sacred
Yeah.
animals over there, and they didn't want us making fun of them.
Yeah.
But
Right.
they in the game they're very respectful to what I
Yeah.
mean. So I think finally they got the okay to do it.
I felt like Kung Fu Panda came out, and then they're like, yeah,
Yeah,
let's-
that's exactly what they based it off of.
You know what I realized just really quick? Kung Fu Panda is a rip off of Kill Bill.
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino pointed
Yeah.
it out, like the whole movie, and I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much a rip off.
Well, it might be doing an homage. You never know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got
Well, that too,
everybody's
but-
got their nuggets. I mean, look at Stranger Things and like the half a dozen things they stuck
Yes.
in there.
Yeah.
Well, look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was created to be an homage to Frank Miller's like Daredevil stuff, and it was supposed to be really. That's exactly what it was. It was a takeoff on Frank Miller's Daredevil stuff, and it took off, and it's bigger than Frank Miller's Daredevil. I mean, it's one of the biggest properties
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah, just with the toys,
Yeah.
the cartoons,
Yeah.
video games.
So something that can catch fire.
Were you
Yeah.
into Ninja Turtles?
I was. I mean, of the two of us, Kevin is the bigger fan.
Yeah.
And Transformers and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, we're about even.
We need to get Kevin on the show.
Yeah.
You do need to get Kevin on the show.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was coming or not. Like, we usually have a chair for if when a guest brings a guest, but
Well, I wish I'd known you guys would come here because I'd be more than happy to.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
send him a message. He'll
yeah,
come
for sure.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about the artist box for a few minutes? Like,
that's
how people can sign up, and are you guys taking open? You guys even?
We just started a new class. Right now, we're working with a partner for the Gray Box. She, I don't know if I can describe properly what she does. She's a new partner that we have with the Artist Box. So she offers more like modern dancing type of classes. It's
Gotcha.
mostly to teens. Our classes do cater to adults. We did do some classes, but no, we normally refer the kids' classes to Deering's because they have a great program for kids. I mean, we aren't afraid to sit here and advocate other studios.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Yes.
See, that doesn't. But you can't sit there and yell at a person if they want to try something different. I mean, there's 1,000 teachers out there. I mean, me personally, I'd love to be able to go out to LA and learn from the greats.
Yeah, you learn more from different people.
Right.
And the other thing is, you guys are creating a community.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
With each other.
Yeah,
that's important.
It is really important.
You guys have really created the community, like, in a lot of ways. I mean,
we have.
Yeah. No, seriously. I mean, at least there's just a certain bond with certain people, and that they've come in and out of the artist box. Even though I was there with a short time, like I have a certain bond and connection to the people I've met there.
Yeah.
And different actors, like Alan. You remember Alan, dude?
I've heard nothing but amazing stuff about the artist box.
Yeah.
So.
I love Alan to death, man.
Yeah, he's a crazy cat. He's super chill.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, he's
a great
funny.
guest. He's a great guest.
We can have him back on.
He's super quiet, and then he just lays it out.
Yeah. Those are my favorite kind of people.
It's always the quiet ones you have to watch out for.
Yeah. He's smart as shit, too, that guy.
How did you get into this?
Well, I used to do Middle Eastern dancing, like belly dancing and folkloric dancing and stuff. And I decided to retire from that. I had been doing that since 2004. So I started out like what the ladies do at the Ren Fair. And then I saw a friend of mine. She inspired me. She did more, because there's different types of belly dancing that's going on. And I learned more the Egyptian style, which is more one of the more classical kinds. And then I decided to retire, because I didn't agree with some of the things that were going on with the group that I was with. I have high mad respect for her. I mean, she goes over to Egypt and Cairo every year to study with the great masters.
Oh, wow.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, they have a thing, and I'm probably going to mutilate the name, Ahlan de Sathlan, which is...
Jamie?
Can you spell that out for me?
A-H... Look up A-H-L-A-N...
Did you see his face?
Space D-E... S-A-H.
Is that all one word?
No, it should be 3 different words. Just look up like Cairo Belly Dance Festivals July. There you go.
Don't worry about it.
Avan Wasahi?
Wasahid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Jamie, you get a raise, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But
I was worried he was gonna butcher it. That's why I was trying to say
So
don't do it. Yeah, because you're gonna butcher it.
Yeah.
I'm actually that was pretty nice, man. So so you retired from that.
I retired from that, and then I was doing photography in between. That's actually what inspired me, is that the dancers that I saw, and I was like, you know what, I can do this. I love it. And there's just more than one genre. But anyways, getting to the point, I was following this one photographer that was on the staff for Grief, and they were looking for extras, and I was like, well, okay, I want to try something different. So I'm like, well, I don't have any experience, and they probably aren't going to hire me, but what the hell, I'll give it a chance. And ironically enough, they're like, okay, come on in on this day. I got the email on April 13th, 2013. And then I met one of the other girls who was also an extra, and she was talking about Kevin Meisner classes. And I was like, oh, okay. I want to try something different. At that point, there wasn't anything going on past, him being the director there, turning into my mentor. And it evolved more into a friendship. Unfortunately, I had to leave the program because my daughter was in college, and, she was needing financial help. So having something like that I had to cut back. But anyways, to the point, it just ended up being a romance for the next 6 years.
Oh,
so,
nice, yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
I wanted to ask you how you guys met. So I'm glad you
that's
said
how we
that.
met.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
You
So
know-
he was giving Meisner classes back in 2013?
Kevin's been teaching classes for over 10 years.
Wow. Well, under the artist box?
No, Artist Box was more of a recent phenomenon. This one's probably, I want to say the Artist Box is about 4 years old.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
he didn't start developing that because he was going from studio to studio renting, and then the last straw for him was, unfortunately, the guy that we were renting from. We had a brand new class come in, and we had 12 new students, and they didn't tell us they sold the building.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
So I called up Mikhail's in Tempe. Shout out to them. Great margaritas, by the way, guys.
Mikhail's is amazing.
And they were totally cool about it. I told them our situation, and the guy was really cool. So we held the class there.
Wait a minute, just really quick. Like, just randomly Mikhail's or because you knew
Randomly Mikhail's. I
Let's just
called them up
That's fucking
the
crazy.
same day.
That's awesome.
The same day I called them up and said, hey, I know you've got a banquet room. Can I bother you for using it? We'll pay for food. And the guy's like, don't worry about it. I got you.
Wow,
we
that's
went
cool.
in
Wow.
there. We still ordered food and stuff,
Huh.
to say a thank you. Because these guys still got to make their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where we held class. And then Jay Lyle for a while was letting us host class so we could keep things going at his apartment complex. And then
Shout
his
out
mom-
to Jay Lyle.
shout out to Jay Lyle. He was in LA now.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
J Lo, not only did he edit my reel, but he's let me stay with him in Los Angeles. I had a huge part of me
Oh, he
getting
loves
some gigs out there. So if it wasn't for people helping me out there, I wouldn't be able to get some of the killer gigs.
For sure.
It's good to have a network out there.
Fuck yeah.
It's just insane to live out there. I don't know how anybody can survive without 6 jobs.
Oh
So
my God.
kudos to these guys.
Yeah.
And they're trying to push the pavement. But anyways, to the point, there was... His mom used to work in the same plaza where we were for like an AC company. I don't remember, electrical company. And she said, hey, this suite has been sitting there for a little while and they haven't rented it out. Why don't you guys give it a shot? And we said, okay. So we did. And we came to negotiations with a realtor. And we had a grand opening party where we had hors d'oeuvres. And Ashe Capoeira came in. That's Brazilian martial arts.
Yeah, that's cool.
And, a friend of mine came in. And she did the belly dancing, and then we had poi. So we had all these entertainment going on for the opening of the studio and art's on the wall from Bill Wetherell because he's a great painter. So
Is he the one that did the wording?
the what?
I forgot what it says, but the wording behind the stage?
No. We took inspiration of that. We did alter the words on it so it fit the studio, but that was actually an idea Kevin and I came up with, and the students were amazing. They all came in and we asked for help, and we had more people helping us out to develop the studio. As soon as we signed the lease on there, Kevin and I were in there the same night painting the front office. So it's literally a labor of love putting that entire studio together. We wanted to make sure everybody feels welcome in that studio.
Yeah. I love those stories.
Yeah.
Because running or starting a business is a tough thing, and
it's hard.
You have those struggles, but if you stay persistent and consistent with it, then things pay off with it. And the fact that you guys kept it going at Mikhail's, remember Michael Marr was talking about the same thing with his jiu-jitsu school.
Yep.
He had to face a dilemma where he had to pay $1,000, and he did it, and it all worked out for him. And
yeah, basically,
now he's
if I remember correctly, he had a major bill due, and then he had to.
he was taking the flight.
Yeah, and it was
his rent or to go to train in Honduras.
Yeah, Honduras, and he said, you know what, I'm going to Honduras. I was meant to do this.
Yeah, and then it ended up working out.
Yep.
And he's killing it now. His school's awesome.
Yeah, and we're grateful for everybody that helped us out. I mean, we went through a lot of rough financial when we were first trying to build it. I mean, Kevin's mom went in there, and man, that lady could build an entire freaking house by herself.
Really?
I mean, she's hardcore. She's like my second mom.
That's
I
cool.
love that lady.
Yeah, she was in my class when I was in there for that brief period, so she's awesome. I love her too.
Kevin's mom took the classes.
She graduated, huh? That's awesome. That's so cool.
Sometimes those struggles are blessings in disguise because
they're
they're
testing you.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you're either gonna break or you're gonna stick with it.
Yes.
That's why
And
I say
realize you can get through
That's what I say
anything.
about this podcast, man. Like, most people start podcasts and then they give up a few episodes in, or they'll right now. But to me, these first 100, man, we're just figuring out, you know what I mean, having a good time, and it's gonna evolve, and it's just
It is.
And we've had, how many struggles have we had? From cables.
Tons.
The first 5 episodes, lights were going out, fucking cameras, like all kinds of shit. And
sometimes some of the guests that we've had on, I was kind of worried, some of those struggles, because I didn't want to look bad. But
for sure,
some of those guests are just have been so amazing, and we've, including yourself, the group of people that we meet through this podcast has been one of the best parts about doing this podcast.
If anybody understands your struggle, it's other artists.
Yes.
I mean, we don't judge. We just sit there and accept you for who
and you help
are.
too. The amount of help that we've gotten offered, and people have said, "Hey, if you need anything," or this and that, and it's just been a really cool, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm more excited now. I'm more excited every time we do a show.
It's because of the chairs.
It's everything. I mean, these chairs are nice. Don't get me wrong.
Hey,
I've been
I'm
waiting
glad.
all week to sit and do this shit.
But I mean, we're kind of like a family, and it's like you said, you become a family with these people, and we're all working hard to get this cool thing, create this cool thing.
Exactly.
And we're working on it together, and the community starts building, and that's why we really want to be part of your guys' community, of this community that's been created.
I want to interrupt you just 1 second, because I wanted to celebrate the new chairs, so I got you guys a little.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
That's a fucking amazing.
Because everybody needs a froofy basket.
Oh, sweet. Thank you so much.
So I figured you guys would enjoy, especially the pickle popcorn that's in there.
Oh, wow, thank you.
I was about to say, look at this.
So this is
goodies.
So this is the one place where you guys will be able to drink on the job.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is our very first gift basket. So
Yes.
Well, I figure that everybody needs at least one for a free gift bag in their life.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Enjoy that one.
We really appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk, and the gift basket. It's really amazing. So we just can't really. This is like our dream setup. Well, my dream setup, and I didn't think we'd get this shit for like years.
Yeah.
And so just the fact we're sitting in these chairs, having you here, this is having a really
and
good
thank
time
you
right
for being here and being part of this, because it is the first show on our new setup, and we're pretty stoked.
I feel honored. We just need to get you as like a screen so we can do movies on the wall.
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Of course, I might be sitting there going, what?
What's your favorite stuff to shoot as like a photographer? Star Wars themed weddings, behind the scenes stuff for like Gino's Pizza, or just going out randomly, headshots?
Everything. I mean,
Doesn't matter?
No. I mean, I love it all, and the fact that I'm getting into cinematography too, it's like expanding in my brain even more.
Yeah.
I can't look at anything anymore with it going, wow, that'd be a great shot, or if I could just do an angle over there.
Yeah.
I like doing it all. It just depends on what's in front of me. I mean, I'll have Kevin do random stuff. I had a challenge from another female photographer, and she's like, because I challenged her, she had this, when we were renting, she had a bed in her studio. And I was like, dude, you're wasting that bed. Like, take it out somewhere. Take it out for a drive somewhere.
Yeah.
And so she did. She took her model, and she went down to Tempe Lakes, and she dragged the bed along. She dragged the whole damn bed down to the lake and was doing the photo shoot. She's like, okay, so here's yours. And it's still on my Instagram, where you see this gorgeous girl in a tub, and she's filled with flowers and looking very glamorous. And of course, I had to get the top model, Kevin. So I shot that in our bathtub in my old 500 square foot apartment, and filled it up with plastic balls. And he just put on his tie and his little sweater for me and posed for me. He's like my favorite
cool.
muse. Like, whatever I want to do.
So you can be your
like,
model whenever you need one.
He
for
has
whatever.
several times. Look at his profile pictures.
Bet you the best pictures are the ones we haven't seen, huh?
There's a couple I could send you where he. No, I would say
No, that's
this
okay.
man.
I'm good.
No, yeah.
This man has no shame.
That's funny.
Well, he hasn't posed nude yet, if that's what you're trying to get at.
When you guys are running both cameras on Dark Descent, you guys already have all the shots planned out?
Yes, and it has to be. You have to have everything done. So as soon as the script is out and Kelton approves it and it goes through all the producers, we start, he starts with a mood book where he gets his inspiration, so that way we have the visuals that he wants.
Can you describe a
excuse me.
mood book? To, these
Yeah.
guys?
What is that? Yeah.
Mood book is where you give visuals to the team, especially the DP, so that way they can get an idea of what the director's visual is.
So it's not necessarily storyboarding, or?
It is sort of, but not really. It's more to show the direction the director wants to go through. It gives you like the art department, and he'll do a mood book where it's just all the visuals.
Like the feel of that.
And like
scene.
and the color
feel.
schemes and stuff too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
I
of
think
that.
that's important.
Yeah, I mean, he let me.
Do you guys go as far as like creating different colors to get different moods for scenes and stuff? That's awesome.
Yeah, he actually let me develop the last LUTs on there for it. Anybody that doesn't know LUTs, it's like the colorization, because what we do is we shoot flat, which you guys already know, and then we add the color and the contrast and stuff like that. So he let me actually create my own LUTs for Break, the second episode that we're actually going to be using.
Very
Because
cool.
he was, yeah.
So who does your editing for these things?
Right now it's Kevin and Ellen. They're doing all the editing. We are bringing in some other people for sound. I can't confirm who we've got on the roster right now. So they have a couple people that they're reaching out to see if they would be willing to work with us. Because Ellen is doing a lot of the Foley. Him and Kirk did a lot of Foley on My Secret War. They had a lot of fun with that. The footsteps and things like that. So you guys know it's.
I when I was in my early 20s, I wanted to like be the Foley guy, because I had a little mini recording studio, and I was really into sound. I went to school for like sound recording and things like that. And I was always obsessed with movies my whole life, but at that time I don't know what it was. When I'd watch the behind the scenes and I'd see the Foley guy with the shoes or pulling out the swords, I was like, that looks like a fun fucking job.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, figuring out different sounds for different things.
Yeah.
Like there was a cool behind the scenes one for when they had to figure out the sounds for Star Wars, like
Yeah.
oh, that's
Chewbacca,
that like what's that guy's
and the
name?
laser, the hitting the
We saw that guy talk, the sound editor at Star Wars Celebration. Can you look that up,
That's
Jamie?
cool.
Brett something.
Yeah, the sound.
But yeah, he came up with the lightsabers, just R2D2, like the sound of Chewbacca is like the combination of like
bear,
like the two different animals. I forgot which ones, but that's fucking so creative to me. That shit.
That's super cool.
I fucking
trying
love
to come
that.
up with sounds that have never been heard before. You don't know what a Wookiee sounds like. You know.
Yeah.
Gotta put the pad on. His name is Ben Burt.
Oh yeah, Ben Burt. Yeah, I was really into that guy because the behind the scenes on that motherfucker's badass.
Yeah, because they have a newer Chewbacca now that rest his soul, he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Peter
So
He got his autograph.
yeah, I think he's like, I don't remember if he's like Swedish or Dutch.
He's British, I think. Right?
I met him.
No,
Peter Mayhew.
Peter Mayhew,
Yeah.
Is he British?
I think he's British. Yeah.
I think he's British too.
Scottish or
I thought
Irish.
he was. I thought he was
American?
like Dutch or something like that.
Jamie?
Those,
We have a fact
Jamie?
checker.
He is Finnish. He's from Finland.
Okay, I knew
Oh,
it
there
was.
you go.
Yeah, but he's a super young guy. He's like what, 6'7"? He's
Massive.
super.
I have a picture with him.
He's
I met him.
6'11".
Okay, yeah, he's a super tall dude.
Yeah.
Remember how sad it was when Kenny Baker was signing
I
autographs?
know he was half alive. It was like they were.
So like I waited probably like 5 hours just for his autograph, but he would sign 3 autographs every hour, and like this, he'd be like,
Yeah, poor guy.
and then after like an hour, he'd sign 3. A guy would come up, lift him up, and you'd take like a 2-hour break.
It's very sad because
And I was like, what the? Does he even know what's going on?
It's heartbreaking, but
It was
these guys still hustle so badly. The one person I would say from like the OGs of acting, Morgan Freeman, I would love to meet that man.
yes,
That would be awesome.
absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I
There's a bunch of old school ones.
Oh,
You know, I was
yeah.
thinking about recently after, I mean, I guess a lot of people talk about this now, but I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and just how that's like one of the last piece of art that's going to be on the big screen compared to like all the Marvel and other movies that are coming out and stuff like that. And
Tarantino brought it. He did.
did you like it? Did you watch it?
I unfortunately have not seen it yet.
Oh.
Somebody snuck out without bringing me to see it.
Oh.
But that's all right. I'll see
I had
it.
a point with I was going, that's what the fuck we were talking about.
I don't care. Go ahead.
No, I had a point. I just forgot what it was. Forgot what we were talking about.
weed, bro.
Yeah, we're like 2 blunts deep. Sorry.
There
judge.
is something that is kind of sad, and we were talking with Peter Mayhew and Kenny Baker, and a lot of these guys who were our heroes growing up in these
Oh,
movies
this is what I was
and
gonna
stuff,
say. I
they're
remember.
dying.
Sorry. Yeah, there's no more movie star anymore. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is the last movie star of the generation, just with the social media and the
He's very hidden, mysterious.
Yeah, like with everyone on their stories. And I was thinking about this with bands too. Like, remember how like mysterious bands were, and then you would see like a magazine, like, oh my God, what are these guys like?
Yeah.
And now there's no mysteriousness in music and in actors or anything like that. Leonardo DiCaprio is still mysterious as fuck to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Nothing ever comes out about him.
Yeah, he's doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, he's very private. He's smart though.
He's
about
very
how
smart.
He's,
Very
about
smart,
he's doing
yeah.
his social media.
But I think like him and Brad Pitt are like the last, like, I don't know, like Hollywood era movie stars. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you're probably right. I can't think of anybody else. Maybe George Clooney. He's kind of private. You don't hear much from him.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel's awesome.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He's one of the few actors that there's only been a couple roles where I've been, the acting is so good that you forget
Who?
the actor that's playing the role.
Denzel
in Training Day.
Meryl.
You forget
any of
that
his
he's
movies.
Denzel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a point where you're so immersed in the acting and it's so good that you forget it's Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I don't do that a lot with actors, and you still know it's a movie and you're not, you just get really into it.
Well, do you being immersed in the world and creative and making films and things like that, do you find it hard to watch movies and shows without dissecting it? Like, I wonder how they shot that, or the lighting, or this and that. Because
I try not to. Like, I'm actually really excited to see it. I mean,
that's really bad.
because they have brought a whole new level to horror like we've never seen before. Well, at least in my book. I mean, I'm a Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street fan.
Oh shit! Did you see his tattoo?
Yes, hell yeah! Salute, my friend.
Big shout out to Jason Fruin.
Dream Child is my favorite one.
Tattoo.
Dream Child.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That was super.
Was
good.
that the one with the guy in the wheelchair and the chick that was the heroin addict? Or was that Dream Chasers? It was Friday. It was Nightmare on Elm Street #3.
Was it 3?
Where the kid, where they would go into their dreams, and the kid in the wheelchair became a wizard, and Freddy, I think, just crushed him.
Oh
What
yeah.
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah,
And
he
then-
was a messed up dude.
Yeah, man, it was nuts. I think it was Dream
nuts.
Chasers. That was my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that was the first one I remember seeing as a kid.
Yeah, I would probably say my first one was because I grew up in a strict Catholic family. I mean, my childhood was great. You know, my dad, I mean, I grew up with a family of 10 kids. You always had somebody around to play with. But he was the kind of person of like, okay, you're bored, go outside and find something to do. I mean, he didn't care if you were a girl or not. If it was like 10 below, you know, because I grew up in Upper New York State, he'd be like, okay, you're going outside and you're shoveling. But anyways, the entire point is that, you know, it's cool to see kids expand their minds and, you know, get out there and do things instead of being stuck on video games and social media and stuff. I'm going a little bit off subject, but just maybe think about that. But anyways, to the point, I tried to look at the script first. You know, what's going on with the characters, how deep are they going? I mean, because I've seen 5-6 years of training, it's like I can see every single twitch and tick that's going on. I mean, you really have to study the greats like Meryl Streep and Denzel and Samuel Jackson and these guys to really, you know, like how deep can you go? I mean, I'm not even like a soap opera fan, but the fact is that they have to memorize their scripts in a day is amazing.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
It's just like your
How
brain.
many of these people do you think are memorizing scripts at that point? You don't think they have like an inner ear thing, like
Just
Johnny Depp?
well, he's making billions of dollars. Of course he can.
Yeah.
You think a soap opera actor?
Well, I think the soap opera would provide it.
He probably has another guy, you know, in his trailer reading his shit to him, you know?
I would think that the soap opera would have like a special role because they have to learn it so quickly.
Yeah, it's really impressive in a short amount of time.
It is.
But anyways, I'm doing a scroll again. So the first thing I do is I look at the whole. And then if there's visuals that catch my eye, like, ooh, they did this, they did that. And we'll sit there and discuss it because, you know, I'm still learning lighting as well, which I'm really enjoying doing. I mean, I've always been one who I'm more into like constant light or blending natural light with fake light so that way I can ensure that it's getting the depth that I need for
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing. So I study a lot of that. It's like my brain's gone into different realms. So yeah, it can be hard for me depending what's going on. Like if I see like 5 dozen visuals and I'm just sitting there like a 6-year-old, like, I'm like reading over like stimulation. The fact is that, when they go underground to its lair and there's like this crazy house sitting in the gutters in the sewer and you're like, damn, I want to be a part of that. If I had a choice, if I had $1 million, I would be like, here, Kevin, here's 500,000. I'm going to go in LA and I'm just going to PA and I'm just going to watch everything they do. It's like, I don't care. I'm just going to learn from the ground up. Like, learn from the masters out there from the ground up.
Yeah.
That's important in this world. We don't have a lot of people that do that anymore, that start from the bottom, go all the way to the top, and then they know what's going on around the other people have gone through,
Well,
so you don't have, especially if you're on a set, right?
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this with Joseph.
Yeah, he ran lights to just learn it.
Yeah,
And he's a
Joseph
director.
was running lights just to learn it. He would go run something just to learn it, just like you're saying. You just go learn everything about it.
Yeah,
Soak it in.
everything.
A lot of people give me shit because I still take extra work in LA and stuff. But to
Good
me,
for you.
well, no, not only do they pay, but I get some of the best lessons in my entire life because I'm watching the top dogs do it. And actually, I come away with a great experience. But people will tell me, well, why would you do extra? I just like to have fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so not only am I getting to do something that I would watch on the behind the scenes of a DVD anyway, you know what I mean? So, but I'm sitting there and I'm absorbing all this stuff. And I don't know. I find it as a great experience. So.
I think anything that you're learning from behind the scenes, you should learn from the ground up. I mean, even with the photography, I prefer being behind the camera than in front of it. But I did experience.
Oh, is the battery dying?
Uh-oh.
How much time do we have? Just really quick. How much time do we have? Real quick.
We are at 105.
So we have 10
got
minutes? Okay,
yeah.
we're probably good on
Yeah,
that.
we're
10
good.
minutes.
We're good.
We can do this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I probably have taken it to the extreme where I've done the modeling side. I don't think I'm a model, but I had the red hair and I had some friends that I trust in photography world. They're like, hey, come on and take photos with us. Okay, because I want to understand what the person in front of me is feeling when they're modeling, or your everyday person that's just looking for headshots for business or whatever. And that was another reason why I would sit and observe Kevin's classes and Daniel's classes when he was with us, and Melissa's classes when she was doing improv with us for a while, to understand better what the actors are going through. So that way, when I move on to the DP work, when I move on to the BTS stuff, I understand what's going on in the world. I know their boundaries, and I know when the perfect moment to catch them when the director says we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Where do you do your headshots and stuff? What is your business for that? Do you have a business? I mean,
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. It's one of those things where I try not to I'm not one to sell myself. It's like, go on my website.
Well, you know what? This is a podcast where you can promote yourself. So
Well,
promote
let's
away.
hear it.
I'm on.
yeah. Where can people find you?
I'm more comfortable talking about somebody else than myself, but thank you guys.
No, you're our
yeah.
guest. We want to talk. We want
it's-
people to know where if they want their headshots. Then
Yeah.
if you're still doing it, are you still doing
Oh
it?
yeah,
So,
I'm doing it.
If you want your headshot by the amazing Shannon Dia, where can they find you?
Just look me up on Facebook under SDA Photography. Take a look at my work if you like what I do, and we'll sit down and talk. And if you're comfortable with me and you're happy with what you see, we'll talk about setting up a headshot hour for you or whatever your needs are.
And we'll put these links in the show
Yeah,
notes
for sure.
you.
We'll put links and stuff. So.
Yeah.
What about the Artist Box? Where can people find the Artist Box?
It's also
It's
on
also on
Facebook.
Facebook,
Yeah.
We'll put links
And you
for
can
that.
message us there for classes. We just started a level 1 Meisner class. I don't think we're going to be having another one until probably in February or whatever. We're having a graduation that's coming up in late October. So if you want to get a sample, or if you're an upcoming actor, and we do allow people to audit. We aren't people that are like, no, you can't do it. If you want to come and observe and see what we do to see if that fits what you need, then come on in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on in. I mean,
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it when Sandy Kim's working with Bill Husey of the Fame
Did it
TV
die?
program. Uh-oh.
That's fine. We still have the GoPro.
Yeah.
We're good.
So he let me come in and observe his class, and he was a super nice guy. You're a New Yorker all the way, but he was like really cool with his students, and that was really neat to see. So that way, it's like if somebody asks me about his classes, then I can actually say, this is what he does, and he's a cool guy. And if you're looking for this, this, and this, go see him. If you want to come see us, then this is what we do.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not like making anybody sign up.
No, that's personal choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sell somebody up the ass for something that doesn't work for them.
Yes.
That's not the way we do.
Yeah.
We support everybody in the community. What works for you might not work to somebody else. That's all
Can you
there's
just
to that.
describe all the programs you have? You guys do Meisner. You guys do you guys still do the improv? Or
No, Melissa has decided to go in another direction. I mean, I'm sure you've seen her posts where I think she's getting more in the directing, and we're all encouraging her to go in that.
Yes.
So
That's
she's
cool.
doing a lot of things. She is working for USA Today, and she's decided to go in a different direction.
Big
so.
shout out to Melissa. Yeah.
Yeah, that's badass.
Big shout out to Mel. We love her to death. Daniel, I believe I heard he's no longer with us. We're still friends. It's nothing dramatic. I heard that he might be doing classes somewhere else. Unfortunately, I don't know. So right now, all we're basically doing is the Gray Box, which I'll be posting links for her stuff, so that way I can better describe exactly what she does. And the Meisner classes, that's what we're doing right now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
right on. I just have one last question, really quick. You did cinematography on the box out of the Impossible?
Yes, I did with Ann Cabano. Yep.
Yeah, Ann Cabano. Cool.
She had me come in. Talking with Maggie was amazing. She's an amazing lady, and the amount of trauma that she's gone through isn't even funny. No child should ever have gone through what she went through.
What is this?
The Box is a documentary. It's, The Box Out of the Impossible is she didn't want it to be about her. She wanted to be more about how you can overcome PTSD. I mean, they said that her trauma was on a Holocaust level.
What happened to her?
She was since the age of, she was born into it until the age of 20. She broke out. She was basically in a cult group.
Oh, okay.
And part of the rituals that they would do to her was bury her in the ground in a box.
Oh my God.
And they did all sorts of things, but I don't know if I'm allowed to speak about them.
Yeah.
Some pretty horrendous things.
Where can they?
To her.
Is this out?
Yeah, is this
to
out?
watch, or?
Yeah, I would have to check. They're doing. I'd actually have to Google it.
Yeah, that's fine.
No,
if it
we'll
is, we
put a
could put the
link,
link.
yeah.
Or
Yeah, look on
something,
Ann
'cause I just
Cabano's
wanted to make sure we
pages.
talked about that.
Yeah,
before.
she's having 2 showings. She's having one on the 13th, which is already sold out, which is great. And then there's a secondary one on the 22nd.
Of August? What is today?
September.
September? I don't even know
September.
what today is.
Neither do I. It's okay.
It's the 18th.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah, but she had me come in for the reenactment scenes, and our little girl Harley Quinn, she was amazing. She actually was on our last one with Kirk Levengar for the break. She came in and did the 2nd episode with us for Dark Descent too. So
Very cool.
if you're out there looking for a young girl, she's your go-to girl. She's very professional.
Yeah.
Very, very pro, very always on
For
it.
commercials and acting and stuff.
Commercials, acting, you need somebody for drama. She's your girl.
Like that.
On IMDb, it says it's in post-production right
Yeah.
now.
Okay. There we go. So
Yeah.
we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, dead silence.
No.
Yay.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to promote or talk about? Like, I know sometimes it feels weird, but
I just shout out to the
I
various
guess Dark
artists.
Descent coming soon.
Dark Descent is still in production. We're trying to aim for January for seeing if we can get release on that from distributors. That's still a thing that's ongoing. So that's our goal date, to have it done by the end of December, so that way we can start into the new year fresh and get that all done. Shout out to Craig Chenery. Buy his books, guys. He's a great writer. He's the one that's been writing all our stuff. The 3rd episode is, I don't know how much I can talk about it. It's basically based off Victorian tapeworms.
Ooh.
Wow.
So.
That sounds scary already.
Yeah, they actually, I didn't know this until Kirk's sister posted it, that they actually use that in medicine, like back in Victorian times. Yeah.
Yeah, they did some crazy stuff back then, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to talk about the era it takes in? Is it taking place nowadays, or does it take place in Victoria era?
No, it's based off that concept of
concept,
Victorian tapeworms.
Yeah.
It's in modern time. All the scenes are in modern times. We aren't doing any retro kind of stuff.
Very cool.
At all. No. So that's what we're doing right now. We'll see where it goes.
Sweet. Well, yeah, this 75 minutes always goes fast. So I feel like we could talk for hours. Eventually, we're gonna probably have to have our shows longer. I think.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate you coming all the way down to talk to us. And,
Yeah, for sure.
you can come back on anytime. You can.
Sweet.
I'll send Kevin a message if you can.
Yeah,
Give him a
message
heads
him.
up.
I will.
One of these times, have you guys both on maybe at the same
That'd be
time.
awesome, actually.
Yeah, sure.
I've never really. Well, I guess we had the guys from LA on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could try that. Have 2 guests on once. That'd be awesome. So,
Yeah.
The cutest couple in Phoenix in the film
Oh,
world.
go on. I like it.
All right, Shannon, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. I'll be the 100 later. Yay! Dun dun dun. You poor thing, you're Googling shit left and right. Hi, baby.
Bang!